Right, welcome back to a new video. It's another day. Edward has just turned up in his ridiculously loud Toyota Celica, which is over there, which obviously at some point we will be doing some work on it. But yeah, what we're going to do today is we're going to pop the door off so we can continue what we were doing in the last video. And you've seen me take the door off so many times now that I'm just going to get it off, and the next shot will be the door off. The door is off. Edward's with me still. What we're going to do is we're going to fill in all the bits that are now cracky or not completely filled from where we dremeled it down. I'm going to do all of this section, and then I'm going to fill in the back as well with the welder. Because it is very, very hot today, Ed's going to take over and do some dremeling, and we're just going to take it in turns to rotate. So I've just gone along and added a few welds, and then added a few welds to the spots so that when we grind them down they're a lot less visible. We might have an issue here because it's very, very thin. I think when we grind this down it's going to fall off, and every time you weld it, it just burns through and the hole gets bigger. And I don't really know how I'm going to put a patch behind there. I might be able to bend the bottom out, but I don't know. We'll deal with that when it happens. Dremel. Stay up. So between me and Ed, we've taken it in shifts to clean all this up, so let me just show you it. The weld down there is pretty good, to be fair. There's a few little bits that will need touch-up welding and then grinding off, but like here for example, once we've got a bit of body filler on it, we're trying to keep this shape, it'll look alright. This bit is still disgusting, but like the corners are all starting to come together. We've smoothed down to these tack welds, so some of them I'll touch up a bit more, grind a bit more, so that we can hide them. And then we've also started cleaning up this little bit here, but this is going to need quite a bit of work. It all just takes a lot of time, and excuse my hands, they are disgustingly dirty from doing all this stuff. But yeah, we're going to pack up the tools now, and we're going to put the door back on and call it there for the day. So the next clip will be the next time I'm down here. It is now another day. Yesterday me and Ed were working on the door jambs where we had the door off and we were grinding all of that down with the Dremel. Today I'm going to work underneath because I've still got to attach the front part of the jacking part. I guess you'd call it the jacking support, the main bit of the chassis. It was all rusted away, so I'm replacing a bit of metal there. I don't think it's going to be the greatest job. I had to do it on the other side. It wasn't pretty, but I was able to jack the car up on it, and that's the end goal. Because where it was so rusty before, anytime I jacked the car up, it just crushed into the chassis, and that's definitely worse off than what I've got now. So there is some progress. I saw someone dropped a comment saying it was going to be quite weak and stuff because of my welding. I do think about that, but I also don't have the $5,000, and this car's not worth the $5,000 that it probably costs to get the seals done professionally. Even if it costs £2,000, that's a lot of money for a car that only cost me £1,000. And realistically, I only want the engine on this. I'm not interested in having a free door. I'm just going to use it for fun. My main project here is the Golf Estate. We're going to put the VR6 in the Golf Estate and the 4Motion in the Golf Estate. That's the main project. That welding I'll probably get done professionally. We'll see what it's like and how this turns out. It might not be the strongest, but A, I'm not keeping the car forever. It'll probably just get scrapped. B, when I do sell the car, I can say to people, look, there's the history of it. It's all on my YouTube channel. And C, it's just fun. I just want to learn welding. And one of those people, if I can't do it myself, then I'll go pay. But I have to go and try it myself. I'm pretty much that guy who does it cheaper, looks on YouTube on how to do it and does a bad job. But I enjoy learning stuff. I get like, I don't know, when I bought the welder, I watched so many YouTube videos on welding. Has it taught me anything? Not really. Am I getting better? Slightly. And what I'm finding is my welder it's on the lowest settings, and it's burning through. Like, this metal is really, really thin. So someone mentioned about using gas, which my welder does do gas, so I'm going to look at getting some gas. But not going to lie, it intimidates me because it's something different. I've not used it before. This is kind of working for me. But yeah, so I was tired of those masonry safety goggles, so I just went and grabbed these, and I've got my headphones on because the Dremel I'm about to use is just really, really loud on the metal, and I don't want to get tinnitus. I think that's what it's called, tinnitus? I think so. Anyways, I might have just said it wrong. But yeah, we're gonna get on with that. Someone's texted me. Stephen has texted me. He's just coming through Old Town and he's on his way. So I've just crawled out from under the car and I went to the shop to buy safety glasses, and I've been wearing my masonry safety glasses, and I've just seen these underneath the Golf. They were literally just here, and because I was climbing out from underneath this car, I've seen them, but I can't believe that. I now have 4 pairs of safety glasses because I just went and bought 3 pairs. So at least I'll never go blind. Because this bit didn't have any backing plate behind it, it's all burnt through, so what I'm going to do while Stephen's here is I'm going to quickly get him to hold the back of it, and then I can weld on the front of it. So I'm going to give him some like heat-proof gloves so we don't burn him. But yeah, that'll help me get this bit fixed.
Oh, that is not a comfortable place to sit.
Imagine my car's gone BAM through the floor.
What are you trying to say?
Bigger than me. Do I want to clean that bit of metal quickly?
It's probably a good idea.
Do you have it?
No, you had it.
I had it?
Yeah, you walked over that way with it.
I've lost it.
You literally said, see if you can find the hole first. You walked over that way with it. I've got a wire brush hook on it, it's not much of one.
No, what, should we just weld that to my car instead? Is it not in there?
You didn't give it to me, you walked off with it.
No, I didn't.
You literally picked it up after cutting the corner bit off and fucking walked over that way. I watched you do it.
Where have I put it? I've never done this.
It's there, you dickhead. I told you I watched you pick it up.
Why did you put it there? Why would you put it on the other car, Stephen? So once Stephen's in place holding the bit of metal behind it, I'm going to weld it. Someone mentioned to turn the wire speed up, so that's what I've done. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, we need to fill this bit in because it's all really, really thin and it won't be very strong. I think I can see it, but it needs to come forward. So Keith, you were right along, but it just hadn't dropped into the gap, so maybe it's too long. Have you dropped it?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Do you reckon you can get it out?
I can't fucking see in there because
We might have to take the car apart, mate.
The problem is this thing.
What thing?
This, what is it,
Speaker holder. Yeah, no, I can't really cut that out though.
Shame you've got a rivet then, you can put it back.
I have got a rivet type one. Is it just riveted on?
That's what it looks
It's
like.
just more work, man. I have to drill it out. Stephen's had the genius idea that we're going to take the speaker holder out. Right, I'm going to drill. Would you like to drill the holes out, please?
I thought you were going to come and attack me with it.
No, I'm not going to attack you with that. Maybe I will. Do you know what you're doing?
I mean, this drill bit seems a bit excessive for these.
Yeah, it is excessive, but that's what I got. But they should take the head off. So, that's it. Sick. Stephen learns to drill with it. Yeah, bingo!
Trying to figure out where this last one is.
Oh, imagine this one that you can't get to.
I'm starting to think it might be.
Oh, Stephen! We can't even get it out!
Whoa,
Stephen!
that'd be enough to get my arm in here.
Oh shit, how do we get this off? There's a big bolt on the bottom, should we just take that off as well?
I mean, it's probably not going to be the worst idea, is
What is it? It looks like a 17 or... That's a 17, try that. Oh come on, I got it right.
First time for everything.
Sick. We're going to have a list of faults when we put the battery back on this.
Every light's going to light up.
It's going to need a lot of programming. Nah, I've just burned straight through, mate.
Yeah, well look, I could feel the heat straight away.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm good. I just felt the heat come straight through the glove.
What can you push against it so it's not the hand?
Have you got a pair of pliers?
Yeah.
Can you see it at all?
I can see it, but it's nowhere near close enough.
Forward or back?
Towards me, like actually against the edge. It's in a good position, but it's not pressed up against the surface. I think I got a better option.
What's that?
Cut it out completely from this side. Put a bit of metal in from this angle that goes along and hold it from the outside.
Say what like you did there.
Yeah, it'll be a much better job. Probably the answer, isn't it? Because that is so thin. Unless you can, by luck, push it against it now, but I don't think so.
Try now.
The corner's there. The corner's really up against it. If it went back towards you, the back of the car, that'd be good. Back to the back of the car a bit more. Ooh, getting worse. See, that's it. It just needs to go back a tiny bit more.
Well, I can't because of the other plate you put in. That's
pretty perfect there, in this first hole.
Tack that first hole then, and then I can push the rest of it with the pliers from behind.
I don't know if it's easier just to fucking cut it out, so we've got more room to work with, and it's a nice clean area. Cut all this shitty welding out. I can't believe it's taken me this long to realise. So, we're at the VR6. It's a couple of days later since I cut that hole out, which we've just seen. My dumbass didn't charge my camera, so what you're going to see is how I've got this. Because I didn't bring the charger with me, of course. I didn't bring a USB 3 pin either. So, I've got the extension lead going into my speaker charger. Got my speaker there, which is also dead. And then I've got the GoPro charger coming out of the back, but my GoPro's on like 4%. So, I got to be quick with this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill that hole in with a bit of metal, a little blank, and I've also bought some spray-through primer because quite a lot of people were saying about spray it on there, and after leaving it for a few days I can see what they mean about the rust forming, so I'm going to wire brush that off, clean that all up, and then I'll spray some of the primer on it to protect it. You can hear that's my speaker connected with my phone, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let my phone charge, I'm going to let my camera charge as well for a couple of minutes so I get a bit more life out of it. I haven't got my tripod today. I've left it over at the V5 because it's been playing up and I've got to strip the engine. I think we've got some issues with the timing chain sort of area, but because I haven't got my tripod, I'm just going to lay the camera on the stuff and get a bit creative with it. What I'm going to do, I'm quickly open it up, give my wire brush, clean any like rust residue that's built up over the last few days, clean that off, weld that section, well no, cut a template to fit into that section, weld that section in, and then whack some spray on it because a lot of you have recommended the spray through primer, and I'm going to do that. No, I don't want a wire brush. I'm going to get some steel wool because that sounds quite aggressive. To the people that said all the rust is going to build up and I'm just going to be welding it in there, you've made a very valid point, and I wish I knew that sooner, but you live and you learn. So clean that up. We're going to get a plate and cut it up so that I can take a bit to go in there. So this is what we got, and I got to make a blank that I can slide in there, hopefully twist, and I'm hoping I can pull it this way, close all of this gap up and give it a weld. So this is what I've made. I'm not going to touch it, I made that mistake before. Let me just wipe my glove back on. This is what I started with. I think it'll go in like that. Okay, it's a bit too long, and twist. Oh no, it might not be too long. Something like that, and then like push it from the back. To be fair, that actually worked quite well first time. So I'm going to clean it up, but I'm going to try and shape that a little bit, and then once I've shaped this, I'll show you what I've come up with, because I'm just using the grinder. So this is what I've come up with. Obviously I'm going to get my sanding disc and clean it up in a minute. But when I put this in here, let me show you. I'm doing this really cack-handedly, as you can see. But that fills that gap quite nicely, and then I can also, if I wasn't holding the camera, I'd be able to put my other arm round and push this nice and tightly up against here. That's what I was just doing a second ago. So we're going to get that bit welded in there, because I don't like that it's open and like rainwater can go in there and stuff. We'll get that welded in there, spray it with some stuff, and then I'm going to tell you about my broken VR5. I keep fiddling it within the hole. That didn't sound good. I keep fiddling with it inside the hole, and I've made this bit really weak, so I've got to be careful now and just get it welded in there. So it's just going to be one shot. Hope it works. I'm going to get the welder. The goal here is to get this belt. I can't speak today. The goal here is to get this bit of metal attached to the car so that I can put some paint on it. That's all I'm worried about. I don't want it to look pretty. It's going to be grinded back. We'll just see what I do. What I hate is when you start welding, you're holding a bit of metal. My other hand's like fucking. Yeah, but that bit of metal's on there. We're not going to lose it in the chassis, and now I can go from behind and push it a bit. It's not what I wanted to do. I should have made the blank better, but it's going to do. Not the way to do it, but I'll just whack some filler in it or weld it. None of this is the way to do it. Right, so before I show you a close-up of what I've just done, and people who regularly watch my videos have heard this 1,000 times, and they're always saying really nice comments on my videos, which I appreciate, but I'm not a welder. I've literally just rushed this because I have work in like 20 minutes, and I knew that I needed to fill this hole because the car can't be left like this, and I'm having some issues with my VR5 that need to be fixed before the MOT in like 2 months. So that one's taking priority, but let me show you what I've quickly rushed to do. So what was a hole, the blank's now filled in. I've welded around the edges. Can't really show you too much. It looks disgusting, like most of mine. But this bit was actually quite good before I folded the metal off. But once I get a chance to get back down here, I'll grind all that down and do a better job at it, and then I'll fill out the edge and stuff. And in the end, it'll look quite good. But yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to quickly grab some paint. Let me show you the paint I've got, and then we'll whack that on there. So give it some protection while it's out here for the next couple of weeks. So I've got this weld through primer. It's the Helfers one. What I'm doing is I'm going to quickly spray it on there for some protection, so I can leave it without the rust building up. A lot of people mentioned using this stuff, and obviously my videos are delayed a bit because I film them, have to edit them and stuff, so I was listening, but it might seem like it's taken a few videos for me to get this. I'm guessing there's no harm putting too much on. I'm just going to go overload with it. No harm in doing the actual sill. The car's also going to be wrapped, so I'm not too worried about the paint. Yeah, I'm not really going to be able to do that section because I'm going to spray the door. I'll do it next time I have the door off. So I sprayed some of it. Can't spray that bit because the door's in the way. But once I've got the door off next time, I'll give it a spray. But spray the back bit, that should stop the rust. There's already some in there which I can't get out. Well, I probably could have a wire brush, but I'm not too stressed. So now we've got the VR6 up to a state where I can leave it and not worry too much. What I'm going to be focusing on now is a VR5 because I was driving it pretty heavily the other day and we now have a knocking sound, and I think it's going to be a timing chain tensioner, one of the plastic bits has snapped and it's just making a rattling noise, because you can't hear it too much when it's idling. It's only at higher revs and the chain does sound loose now. So the priority is going to be getting that fixed so that I can have it back on the road, because that's the car I use, not daily, but I do use it on the road. And then yeah, I'll be making videos fixing that, so it'll be a bit different. It won't just be welding, and I think that'll be quite cool, because we're going to be taking the gearbox off, having a look at the timing, taking the camshaft cover off, all these things I've never done before, but it's time to learn, and if all fails, we've got the VR6 engine. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please excuse my dodgy welding, and I appreciate all the nice comments on my videos so far. So yeah, I hope you like it. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.